What's Skakel in the house? 9 o'clock on the button, Slick. Actually, it's 9:03. Never mind. I've got like 4 clocks in my house, and all four have a different time. Welcome to Friday night in the Earlverse. We can talk all kinds of business. We can talk Big Brother. New season of Big Brother is upon us. I didn't really like the show that much. Wasn't really that good. But I don't know how many people watch Big Brother. You know, we got the 50-year-old bag. The guy who looks like Jack Perry if he didn't work out. We got the horror character, VIP. What up? What up? Are you ready to rock? A VIP drink girl from Miami. Got the good-looking guys, a marketer. We got the undercover cop. We got 33-year-old who looks like could be in Motorhead, celebrity chef. Got the gay guy from Hawaii. Got the construction project manager. She's like the hoe of the bunch. We got the girl from Dallas with the big jugs, but she's married, so she probably won't hook up with anyone. We got the good-looking dude from Roswell, Georgia. We got the girl from River City, California. Rancho Cucamonga, real white trash. Got the guy who works in the video store. He looks like a pedophile. That checks out. And the ex-Marine, another Asian broad. Black broad from Atlanta via London, so she talks funny. And the physical therapist who used to be a pro football player. No one really that interesting. Well, that's something I'd keep under wraps if I were you, brother. Well, it's not that late for me. It's 9 o'clock out here in Los Angeles. Welcome, Dr. Nova. William Zoom, are you ready to rock? Yeah, that's the only downer of having some East Coast fans is that, 9 o'clock is early for me. Good luck at Piercy tomorrow night, Kung Seal. If you get a chance to meet him, tell him you know me. We're boys. But, I know we get some people like Bones Jones from Australia. AC/DC, from Chi-Town. I think we have a few people from South Florida. And, I don't think anyone's streaming right now, but I don't really care if they are, we could talk the Republican convention. I think Trump should have ended the speech about 40 minutes in. AC/DC, great band. Put them in there with for me, they're in that same category of, Aerosmith, and, the older bands. It's still rock, although I think with AC/DC, they're not real. They're down to like 2 original members. I am a rocker. Well, I mean, I do realize if I couldn't start it at 7 because I was taking care of some business. Sunday nights, I like to do 7 p.m. And I've decided my next drive-by stream will be the John Holmes Wonderland Murders. We can start off at Eddie Nash's house, which has been rebuilt. Well, I mean, Peter, I like Kevin. He's white, see? I know about Neil. He hangs out with the darks. See? Okay. We got Chicken Man Brennan in the house. Oh, thank you, SC. So we will be going to Eddie Nash's house. Well, first we'll probably start off at the Starwood, which is now a Russian deli. It's a music venue of historical proportions. And then we'll probably drive by the Lens Crafters on Beverly and La Cienega, which is, or I should say, which was the Odyssey, which was probably Nash's second most infamous club. You know, it was basically a haven for young gay men and boys, if you believe what you read. And a lot of drug use, and of course, like a lot of Nash's clubs, once he was getting too much shit for running the club, he torched the place and collected the insurance. Biden will bow out this weekend, even Obama telling him it's over. I mean, well, that doesn't really have anything to do, Chicken Man Brennan, with Eddie Nash. But I can do that stream. That was you seem like you're local to the scene. Um, I would say that is on the corner of Third and San Vicente. But the fat friend ruined it for me. Me and Cameron Diaz were vibing. Of course, that's the same uh, neighborhood where I used to hang out. Well, not hang out, but I'd walk my dog and always bump into Miss Tessbacher from the Superman movies, Valerie Perrine. Also in the Village People movie, Can't Stop the Music, which some say ruined their career. 87th and Cicero Oak. All right, good to see some Chi-Town boys in the stream. Well, I think Biden is really starting to find out what LA comedy is like. You're on top one day and then you're out. Welcome to the business. So, not a lot of hockey to talk. If you hold on, I'm getting a text from the guitar player from Warrant, the great Joey Allen. Let me just text him back. You know what? I'll text him later. I'll text him right now. Hold on. I got to do this. Hold on. You guys come up with some questions in the stream. Sorry, guys. I don't have a producer, so I got to do this. All right, there we go. No, we don't do guests on here. That's the great Joey Allen. Thank you very much. Daddy Man, when you do the Wonderland stream, make sure to point out Fanny Sugarman's place. What does that have to do? Danny Sugarman's place? Or I don't know who Fanny Sugarman. What do you think of Army Hammer? He's a real sicko. Let me see. AJ Ben's a dude calling. Nah, I don't do guests. This is, it's harder to do no guests. I realized I could just call some of my friends and kill time, but I like to do about an hour stream, and I can't do those 2, 3, 4, 5 hour streams like others do. But and I like going on late at night because the darkness. I think the Earl sign pops baby doll. Um, yeah, we'll start the stream on Santa Monica and Crescent Heights. Give you a little rundown on the that historic location. I mean, people don't realize the bands that played at the Starwood. I mean, that's where Gene Simmons saw Van Halen for the first time. I believe Quiet Riot was the house band for, and now this is when Randy Rhoads was in them. Um, I believe Nikki Sixx's pre Motley Crue band London played there. And then they had like weird, like the Go Go's played there. I think the Cramps and the Weirdos, bands like that played there. I think Billy Idol, he might have played there with Generation X. Um, did you and Godfrey go to the sauna while he was in LA? No, but I did see him at Swingers with a hot girl. Is the Hollywood Bowl a good venue? It's a great venue, horrible to park at because it's staggered parking. So it's best to Uber, or there's a VW that would be south of the bowl, same side of the street, and they let you park there, no blocking. You had chat up today when he was in MLC with Kevin and Godfrey. Yes, I did. Sugarman was a manager for Raymond. It's Eric. Oh, I can only imagine what was going on Wonderland in the 70s. Yes, TMZ. If you don't know Detroit by Dark, it stands for 30 Mile Zone. And it's basically where celebrities are protected. Like, if someone gets caught drunk driving, Arnold Schwarzenegger or whoever, if they're in that 30-mile zone, it's just forgotten about. And it doesn't happen for everyone. Like Hugh Grant, when he was porking Divine Brown, um, he was inside the 30-mile zone. And, he got, obviously, the public was made aware of his shenanigans. Who deserves a comeback more, Armie Hammer, Michael Richards, or Chris D'Elia? That's a tough one. That's a good question. I mean, it's tough. Like Armie Hammer, cannibal, Michael Richards, racist, Chris D'Elia, sexual impeccadillos. So, all three are bad. I mean, Michael Richards is really talented. As is D'Elia. I know the least about Armie Hammer, but I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I mean, if I had to, I mean, I know, I can't endorse what any of the three did. And then, but D'Elia was never charged with anything, so you could make a case for him. I mean, Michael Richards didn't commit a crime. He was just racist. I mean, Armie Hammer is probably the least deserving. It's a toss-up between Richards and D'Elia. What about TMZ, man? I don't know who that is. Are you talking Zumach? I'm not friends with Harvey Levin, but I do see him a lot from time to time. Who's the bigger jabroni, Hulk Hogan or Sean Hogan? We'll go with Sean Hogan. You're right on that, AC/DC. I'll have to talk to Godfrey about that. I don't keep up with Chris's tattoos. Newports don't like baseball. Okay, we don't do the Dabbleverse code in here. Mud Sharks Unite. Delia is funny, but a pussy. He gets a lot of pussy. Yeah, I mean, Michael Richards doesn't have to work. I mean, he still gets residuals. I mean, I know I make decent money. It's not great money, but I make decent money on like I just got a couple $100 from I'm Dying Up Here. It's not gonna, you know, pay my bills, no, but for a show that's been off the air for what now, 5 years, to still make a couple $100 5 years later doesn't suck. Jellies still is on the air. Never got canceled, so I make a few bucks from that. Army Hammer's trying now to make a comeback. He was on Bill Maher and Piers Morgan. I mean, listen, dude, anyone, I mean, OJ was given a lane to come back on. So, anything's possible in this business. Nothing surprises me in this business. Nothing. Who would you rather hang out with, Bill Cosby or Brendan Schaub? Probably Schaub. I mean, I don't really have a problem with Brendan Schaub. Um, I just don't think the first special was funny. It's not. I mean, how many people probably don't think I'm funny. But they still hang with me because I'm a good hang. He has the same chest tat as Conor McGregor. Okay, I mean, listen, tattoos aren't for me, but like, even though I'm obsessed with, uh, Ink Master, I still, I don't know, I don't have anything on my body I want permanently. Earl, isn't the picture of Trump bloody raising his fist yelling, "Fight, fight, fight," the most iconic photo of all time? I mean, I don't know. It's up there, but it's too soon to be given that mantle, in my opinion. Um, I would say the most iconic photo of all time. It's probably the sailor kissing the girl, I think, when he got back. The naked kid from Vietnam, when I think they had just dropped the bomb or something. Um, Me on season 1 of Roast Battle. What the fuck? Gayer, the Dabbleverse or two men having sex. The Dabbleverse, no doubt about it. You look good, Earl. Very lean. Oh, thank you. I've been taking hot yoga a lot. My feelings were hurt when Kevin Brennan called me fat. So, uh, you know, do you really think Burton Rogan ruined Jay Moore's comedy career? Peter, I don't know. I know nothing about that. Stanhope wanted OJ on the Man Show. I mean, I would have had OJ on Inappropriate Earl. To be honest with you, you know what the ratings for that would have been like? I mean, it would have been like the Hawk Tuah girl. It would have been a quick pop, and then okay, now what? Now who's on the show? Hit the like button, please. I mean, I never thought Jay Moore was that funny, but like, hey, he's hammering Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Ice House. So there you go. Mona Lisa question. I don't know much about her, to be honest with you. Nolan Ryan punching Robin Ventura. Yeah, but that really wasn't a picture now, was it? Well, I mean, I'm 55, so I mean, my problem is I put on a few lbs, even though literally work out every day. Because are you guys complimenting me so you don't super chat me? Okay, I'll take it. I'd rather get a compliment than $2. Um, did you see the guy who gave the porn to it? No, no, I go to a different studio now. I said, hold on. Yeah, but probably not. It's been they don't usually bring back shows 5 years later. Um, Great show though, and the funny thing is, I thought the writing got better in season 2 because they had hired my buddy Brendan Lynch, who's a really dark and dry comic, and just the ratings were just never there. I think the first season we followed Twin Peaks, and the ratings weren't good at all. And I know someone. I mean, I know all the cast, but one of the more important people on the show came up to me at the Comedy Store and was like, "Dude, I hope this show doesn't get brought back. It's painful." And I think because of Jim Carrey, they brought it back. And I thought season 2 was better. I mean, I think the problem was people thought it was supposed to be funny, and at the end of the day, um, it's a drama. It's not a sitcom. I mean, people die in the world of comedy. There's jealousy. There's racism. There's homophobia. There's sexual, assault and whatnot. So it's not. I think that was the problem. I think a lot of people had with the show is they didn't find it like laugh out loud funny. And I got a lot of people saying the comedy on the show is kind of hacky, but that's how the '70s comedy scene was. It was very hacky. Um, so Rogan was talking a lot about JFK today. That could be your end to get you on the show, Earl. Uh, well, you guys should, you got to tweet at him, and then maybe he sees it, maybe he doesn't. I know he doesn't like it when people ask him to be on the podcast. So most busted ass pussy, boom shakalaka. Or blue iris, definitely blue iris. Earl doesn't believe in conspiracies. Not really. I mean, I've been watching this the Trump assassination, whatever you want to call it, the attempt, and it's been a week now, 6 days. Um, it still doesn't add up to me. Like, there's no way that a 20-year-old kid with virtually no training outsmarted the Secret Service without help. Um, yeah, I mean, no, but I mean, I have opinions on JFK. I mean, I don't think Oswald acted alone. Um, I think, and I also have opinions on RFK. There's no way a guy with a gun, even back then when the security wasn't as tight, there's no way they allow a guy with a gun to get that close to the fucking next president. But somehow he did. Um, Stop describing steel toe. We don't do steel toe talking here. We're not talking about uh, April, Aaron, the lawyer guy. I don't even know that guy's name. We don't do that in here. Go to Ray DeVito's stream. Yes, R.I.P. Bob Newhart, one of the greats, literally one of the greats. Um, I'm just saying, worst Viking ever. Uh, there's just something that's not adding up. This guy's allowed to climb on a roof with a rifle, carry around a ladder at some point, and the only people who seemed to notice were the fucking hillbillies in the crowd. Uh, so, I'm not saying it's a setup yet, but now I've also seen some real whack jobs say there was a second gunman on the water tower, because there was a blurry video and there was something black on it was the fucking logo of the company. Um, and, a lot of it was just sheer incompetence. Really, thank God the local police, the two local police guys who, the one guy gave the other a boost. And I think, according to him, that the gunman saw that, pointed the gun at him, and probably rushed his shot a little bit. Who knows? If that doesn't happen, it's a headshot on live television. Um, a fan of Tenacious D? Not really. I mean, you know, it's just a different era, of cancel culture. And, um, I don't know the exact context of the quote, but it was pretty along the lines of, I wish the kid had a better aim or something. You just can't say stuff like that. I'm not a huge Trump fan, and I'm glad he didn't get his head blown off. Um, so, did you see Ray's drawing Kevin? Yeah, that was. We don't talk about the dabble person here much, Shark, but that was a disturbing photo. Um, well, but even with JFK, you look at the Secret Service, and obviously they don't have um, the technological capability of what is today. But you would think that they would have a sniper, and maybe they did, facing all those tall buildings. Literally, Kennedy was in, um, a target zone basically for anyone who could get into those buildings. Um, and that's another thing. They say this guy had a drone in the air for like a half hour. the day of the shooting. I mean, like, you'd think someone would be like, "Hey, there's a drone up there, and it ain't ours." So just massive intelligence failure. I mean, that head of the Secret Service, she's gone. Probably the chubby girl who couldn't get her gun out of the holster, she's probably looking for work. Um, uh, I'll give you my phone number off the air. Gas said, "Don't miss Trump next time." I don't know what that means. Are you ready to rock? Oh, gas, gas. Oh, I see what you're saying. Uh, yeah, I mean, you just can't say stuff like that. Um, okay, well, we don't talk about Ray quitting the Dabbleverse in this stream, Dr. Chow. We run a tight stream here, my friend. You think Trump would have it checked? Well, you'd think that someone from the Secret Service would have seen the drone. Um, I mean, this kid was doing everything but hold a sign up saying, "Hey, I'm about to do something." Um, well, that's the landline. The landline is, um, you know, I used to get some guy call every time I would do a stream. Um, so, you know, maybe I can get on Rogan, talk about the Kennedy assassination. That could be my end. Who knows? Talk about the RFK assassination. Who knows? So, it's just there's just something in regards to the Trump assassination that doesn't pass the smell test to me. Like an hour before uh, the shots, he was identified outside of the perimeters. Hey, we got a weird guy walking around, and they lost him. And he was kind of a unique looking guy. I mean, there's not a lot of long haired guys at these things. So um, it seems insane that that and it's not just the one shed, but basically there were three sheds right next to each other. It just seems insane that the Secret Service didn't have anyone on top of there, like another sniper. Like they had two sets of two snipers, I think, more or less behind the stage. But hindsight's 2020. It's easy for us to all say, well, there should have been snipers on that. But clear line of sight, like, and I'm not trying to turn this into an episode of fucking 24, but like, there's just something does not add up. I don't know what, but and I did find that weird that the crowd didn't move. Like, I got to be honest with you, if I'm in that crowd, let's say I'm with a girlfriend or I'm grabbing their hand and we're taking off, like that whole crowd stood there, because at that point you don't know if there's two shooters, three shooters. If it's a hit squad, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Now, maybe you get shot still, but the one sniper took a personal day. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Great shot, though. I think he shot him in the mouth. Like, it looked like he had all his teeth knocked out. So I'm assuming one shot hit him in the mouth. I mean, I'm not feeling sorry for him. I'm just saying. How do you survive with California prices? I mean, dude, it's tough. Well, I think that drink was $9 because it was a soccer bottle. Like, I forget what the name was on the bottle. And then there's another drink they had, and this is the funniest part. It's an Austin Matthews from the Toronto Maple Leafs Prime Special Edition drink, and it's like $12. And in Toronto, you could get that. You're not getting $12 for a prime drink for an Austin Matthews limited edition. Get the fuck out of here, uh, Earl. You work shoulders today at the WeHo gym? No, I did yoga today. I hear tell Kim Congdon. No, Kim's hot in person to me. There's great skin. She does jujitsu, so she's in really good shape. Super chats help. They don't hurt. But that's not why I do these streams. Um, well, I'm just saying what I would have done if I was sitting back there. Like, let's just say I was with, well, I don't know if everyone loves Earl, but there's probably, but someone asked me the other day, I think in 24 years of comedy, but I might have started a little. I don't really count what I was doing in '99 as comedy, but I guess I've been doing comedy 25 years. I have. Let me see. Well, I mean, Jeff and I aren't friends, but that's on him. That ain't on me. Um, this one roast battle guy was a piece of shit. So Um, and then, maybe one other like me and Leslie Jones aren't friends really. So, and we used to be, but once again, that's on her. So 3 years or three enemies in 25 years. You can't have everyone like you. You know, it's just like, and whenever I go on MLC, who's the guy? Guy who gets the money a lot, Borgo. He always is like, this guy sucks. I learned a long time ago that as a comic, you're never going to have 100% of the crowd, whether it's on a stream, whether it's on stage, or um, a roast battle or whatever. It just so I don't. Yeah, Callan and I aren't friends, but that's, once again, that's on him. I mean, I believe the allegations because I know the girl. She ain't lying. So I'm pretty comfortable with my stances on uh, all four of those. So four enemies. But Callan was also creepy with my last girlfriend. So, like, the allegations plus that, things add up. I don't believe in coincidence. And I would say that maybe me and, like, two of the three of the last girlfriends, were not exactly friendly. So I mean, I guess I have more enemies than I thought. Um, Zumock is top tier, and even a few people don't like his stand up. Yeah, I mean, but that's different when you say someone isn't funny. Um, that's subjective. I'm sure people don't think I'm funny, and I'm a paid regular at the number one club in the world. So, and I can play the mothership anytime I want. So obviously I'm funny. But if you don't like dry and sarcastic humor and you want like act outs and shit, you'll like Brian Callen. So um yeah, Callen and Chandler. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I was on in the original room one night, and I'm doing my set, 15 minutes. Chandler had heard my set 1,000 times, so it never bothered me, at that point if she would go out. And I think she wasn't smoking, but her friend was smoking a cigarette. So I bring up the next comic. I walk out, and Callan's got his arm around Chandler. I'm like, and you can tell she was about to punch him. She didn't fuck around like that. And I'm like, hey, bro, unless you want your next set to be through a straw, you'll get your hands off my girlfriend. And, oh, Skate, I'm sorry, man. Man, I didn't know she was with you. Or you knew she was with somebody, Holmes. I mean, a girl as pretty as Chandler ain't showing up to the comedy store wolfing around. Um, and we don't even talk anymore. Um, so I knew he was creepy when he did Cabana Boy. 100%. I'll steal Kevin Brennan's for 100%. F Dr. Chow. I get along with Dr. Chow. Mud Sharks Unite. Well, I just think, in Callan's case, with the situation, it was 20 years ago. In Callan's words, it's a bad date. And my friend's words, it's sexual assault. Um, you know, There's no proof. There's no, unlike with the Dalia stuff and the Snapchat, screenshots and there's just that. I mean, the Callan case is the ultimate. He said, she said. Oh, I don't know, Kongzilla. I really don't know where she is. That's not me playing stupid. I've since we broke up. I've not. I don't go on X's social media because you're never gonna see something that's gonna make you happy. Either she's with another dude or um, whatever. You're never it's not gonna make you happy. I haven't been on any of my ex's social media. I don't block them, but I don't want to know what they're doing, in terms of other dudes and whatnot. Um, so yeah, there's that. Um, yeah, Jack White was pretty bad a couple years ago. So um, I can't imagine what his final attempts were at singing, but um, he was a great frontman. But it's just like when I saw him at the Wiltern with Vicky Hamilton, it was not good. Um, well, yeah, I mean, but I've never been like that. Like I think some of my exes check in on me from time to time. I know when I see a new account following me on Instagram and the new account is watching my stories all of a sudden. Um, it's like, oh, well, this doesn't make sense. But I don't. I don't wish anything bad on Chan or anyone else, but I don't want to know what they're up to. So someone brought her up to me the other day at the store. I'm like, dude, I don't want to know. I don't want to know where she is. I don't want to know who she's with. It's just not. It's not going to make me happy. So I'm not. I played the store on Wednesday, so no. No spots this weekend. He was very curious about Nicole and who she was doing. Yeah, but see, I mean, look at OJ. I mean, like OJ could fuck any girl he wanted to. He was a huge celebrity back then. Even though I mean, he was in the Naked Gun movies, but he was um, still a pretty big celebrity. Although the star had faded a little bit, and I guarantee you, he probably was. I mean, I don't know what social media was around '94. I don't think there really were any, but he probably saw her on a date with someone, or someone said, "Hey, uh, OJ, I saw Nicole out the other night. She's looking good, but she was with some dude." I mean, that happens to me a lot. You know, um, I just don't. Um, I stop people when they tell me, "Hey, I saw Chandler somewhere," or Olivia or whoever. So I was like, okay, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know where they're. I don't care if they're in this building right now. I don't want to talk about them. Have you seen your exes on the streets? Um, Not really. I mean, obviously, I share Lois with Gail, so I see Gail a couple times a year. Um, I haven't seen Whitney Rice, who was after Gail. I mean, we're still friends and whatnot, but we don't. She's married, so there's not a lot of need to talk to an ex when you're married. I agree, 100% Kongzilla. Um, and then I saw Olivia a few times at the Comedy Store, and then I haven't seen Chandler in 2.5 years. So she could, literally be living next door to me. I wouldn't know it, or she could be living in Winnipeg. I wouldn't know it. Are you? Yeah, I love Santino. He's always been good to me. Um, yeah, I mean, Kiss did do some pyro in the early days. Well, I think though with OJ, and this happens a lot in comedy, trust me. Nicole was on a date, probably with another celebrity, which probably made it even worse. Maybe someone who's a little more topical than OJ at the time. I can't tell you how many times um, someone has come up to me, "Hey, I think your ex is dating someone." I saw a picture. It's like, okay, but like, what is telling me that? How does that? Like, it's not gonna make me happy. So, um, it's just. But that's the world of comedy. Comedy, there's a lot of drama and whatnot. So, um, you know, that's that, I guess. Have you ever been on Gutfeld on Fox? I reached out to him on Instagram, but so far, no return. I would do it. I mean, I don't think getting on Gutfeld is going to make you famous. I don't think it helps you that much, but I think I would do really well because although I'm not super political, I do keep up with everything. Sorry, William, I just saw that playing Kookaburra Lounge tomorrow. I will not be playing Kookaburra Lounge. Yeah, Joe's pretty funny. I saw him once at the Comedy Store. Nice guy. I mean, he's really like that. He's not really a character. He's just himself. So he really does kind of act like that. Um, but he's a New York guy, so I don't see him too much. But he's been on Gutfeld a lot. Um, I don't think OJ liked that Nicole was sleeping with a waiter from Mezzaluna. Well, that probably, I mean, there's two schools of thought. OJ probably would have hated to see Nicole dating, say, like Marcus Allen, who's the new OJ. Or, like you said, dating the waiter. You're fucking the waiter, you bitch. So um, see, I don't know who Steve Crowder is. Like, I've heard the name a lot, and from the Dabbleverse shows that I listen to, but I don't know um, who he is. So, I mean, listen, money's money. But I can't say I've done a gig just for the money. I mean, well, I did leave. The main reason I left Hackamania on Saturday is the Comedy Store had asked me to close out Saturday night, and it's a main room, so that's a couple $100. So there's that. But I will say Melton paid me more than he said he would, and paid me right away. So I will. And he could have docked me money because I did cost him 2 nights of a hotel room that I didn't use, so he didn't. In terms of the glasses, well, I mean, I don't know. They say what happened with OJ is he went over there, and what really set him off is he um, saw, like, I guess the candles were lit and all that. So he knew she was about to fuck someone. So the whole leaving the glasses at the restaurant, that could have been a false flag. What can we do to get you on Rogan? Seems like the perfect fit for an episode. I mean, like I said, um, I can't ask him because he hates that. That will do more harm than good. But if enough people, I'm not trying to get you guys to do my dirty work, but since you asked, you know, uh, I guess tweet at him or whatever. If he thinks enough people want, I mean, he doesn't need me as a guest. He can reach out to presidents and Elon Musk and people like that, huge comics. But like, if he thinks that people would be into an episode, enough people tweet at him, um, you know, that's how it happens, really. I mean, yeah, I mean, I like Gutfeld. I mean, do you think we'll see a full-on Richard Simmons movie now with Polly? Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's really a big need for a Richard Simmons movie, to be honest with you. I just saw a commercial for Dennis Quaid in the movie for Reagan, and like the people who go to movies are young. They probably don't know who Ronald Reagan is, man. Um, OJ was found. He wasn't found innocent. He was just found not guilty. But he was found guilty in the civil case. So it's like, I mean, do I believe OJ is guilty? I do. This was a crime of common sense. Is this was a crime of passion? I mean, I think I told this story before, but I used to play hockey with a couple sheriffs. This guy was a fucking giant too. And this is a guy who's gang units, crash units. I mean, he saw it all, and he told me that he saw the autopsy photos, and like I could tell he was turning white talking to me about it. And this is a guy who's seen everything. So there's really no one on planet Earth that wanted Nicole to die like that, other than OJ. I mean, I never really bought the drug dealer connection. I mean, did Nicole run with a fast and loose crowd? Absolutely. The Faye Resnicks and the party scene. I was in that party scene. I was in the same party scene. That's right around when I was going to nightclubs and um, Spice on Hollywood Boulevard, Garden of Eden on La Brea and Hollywood Boulevard, Roxbury. I mean, I literally went to the same clubs Nicole did at the same time. I mean, it's a party scene, a lot of coke, um, a lot of celebrities, a lot of D-level celebrities, a lot of doctors, plastic surgeons, Sultan of Brunei. I mean, it was a fucking freak show. But um, you know, uh, I just so she did run with a rough crowd, but you know, I just don't believe any. This was a crime of whoever killed her wanted her to feel it, and I believe that OJ was the only one who. Ron, unfortunately for him, was just wrong place, wrong time. I mean, if he shows up, you know, 15 minutes later, I mean, he probably sees Nicole dead, but like he doesn't get killed. Uh, you know, so OJ was a control freak. He was pissed. I mean, he was, yeah, 100%, 100%. Um, oh, I know. I know. Ray DeVito asked his viewers to reach out to Rogan to have him on. Ray fucking DeVito. Yeah, but I mean, he knows me. So, like, I think, and I know a few people say, hey, you should have Earl on. And, for whatever reason, he hasn't. But, he doesn't owe me anything. Do you think OJ's children know he killed two people? I mean, probably not. I mean, you know, uh, they're in denial. I mean, OJ's such a good liar. He convinced himself he didn't do it. Like, I honestly believe OJ thinks he didn't kill them. Did GNR write a song about the Garden of Eden? I don't know, to be honest with you. Uh, Daryl, is it Darrell or Daryl? I'm gonna assume Daryl. Who do you think Charlie is in the hypothetical? I think it's a made up. Um, I think it's OJ. I think OJ made up a fictional. Like, who the fuck would write a book if I did it? You're gonna be a tough at the whiskey, of course, Ryan, of course. I hope you are there too. Um, well, I mean, yeah, 100%. It was my chance. I mean, Leo, like I said, this guy I played hockey with was a Orange County or LA. I think he was LA crash unit, gang unit. I mean, he's seen the most brutal gunshot, um, autopsy photos, stabbings, baseball bats to the head, like, and I remember we were playing one night talking. I'm like, dude, how bad were those? And this is before, like, really they were online. I'm like, dude, he turned white, and he's white. All right, cool, cool. Good to hear that. And I'll also be at Warrant in October. Thank you very much. Um, Yeah, I've seen that Boulder Johnny. I have seen that documentary as well, and ironically enough, it is a lens crafters now. So let's see, maybe next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday we'll do the Eddie Nash drive stream. And I'll try and do it at night. It's just easier, especially when I'm driving by the Starwood and the Odyssey. There's a fair amount of traffic there, so I got to be careful while I'm driving. The next time you see him, pull him aside and tell him why you didn't call. I mean, at this point, he probably forgot. He gave me the number. Like I should have, uh, you know. But I think if enough people ask him, I mean, at some point he's going to run out of gas. But he's always shown me love. Um, like he's mentioned me a few times on the podcast. It's never been in a negative way. Um, yeah, it's all pay to play now. The whiskey, I mean, the Roxy half. It seems like half the week they're closed, which is crazy. But they're doing something with the old Gazaris, which was Billboard Live, then Key Club, then One Oak. They just remodeled it, so I don't know. I heard the word on the street is it's going to be a restaurant with music, so they're going for a Gazzari's vibe. Um, so that's a great. That's when I saw Rat on the Infestation tour, and of course Vince Neil live when, of course, Bruce Kulick got shot. That's where me and Bruce were before the shooting. Does Rogan pay for the trip for his guests? I don't know that. He probably does. I mean, Joe treats comics very well. I mean, so I would even tell him, dude, don't worry about it. I'll get my own plane ticket because the value of that. Let me see how many followers I have on the gram right now. Let me see here. We'll go for about another 10 minutes, kids. Another 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Let me see. So on Instagram, I have 11,900. Let's see on Twitter how many I have. 11,900. So, if the interview would be good, and I believe it would, um, you go from 11,900 to 50,000 like that. And I've got, I think, a shade under 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. The next day, if it's a good interview, I'd have 10,000 subscribers. I mean, that's the power of if it's a good interview. Now, I've had some friends of mine who I won't name. They've gone on Rogan, and it wasn't a good interview. It just wasn't. I mean, especially one in particular. And this person's very funny, but um, it's a vibe between two people. It's like when I went on Corolla. It took me about 10 to 15 minutes to pick up his pace, because I'm very respectful when I'm on someone's podcast. So I kind of, almost was a little shy. And then at one point he kind of like gave me the big eye, like, hey man, take over. Or not take over, but jump in. And then it was great. So do a workout in Rogan's home gym prior to an interview. I don't think I could hang with Joe in a workout situation. I don't really have any Joey Janela stories, although I do have this. A signed Joey Janela doll. And he was going to give it to me for free. But I said, no, I'll pay for it. Same thing with Medusa. When I met Medusa at the Comedy Store, she was doing a signing, and I bought her book. She was going to give me one. I'm like, no, you put your body through a lot for an idiot like me. And then she was charging 2 different prices if you just wanted her name, her real name or Medusa. And so I said, I want both. And he's like, I'll do it for free. I'm like, no, I'll pay you. Like, it's respect. Let me see. Did you ever go to any Miss Gazari? No, I was a little too young for the Miss Gazari contest. I mean, I mean, let me see. Yeah, I mean, I could have gone in '89. I would have been 21, but I know Milton and the Rat video iconic. Sorry, I'm like going out of order on the questions. They all look the same to me. So my vision, um, gets a little off. Yeah, I liked Infestation. I mean, just like it's a tough thing to sell new material for '80s bands in the 2000s. Um, oh, I didn't know that, Steve. I'm a Mark Furman fan, actually. I read his book, and he was a great Fox News commentator. I mean, by all accounts, he was a good detective and helped get a lot of black people out of prison. But that F. Lee Bailey line of questioning about the N word, that was a master class in baiting, painting someone in a corner, and then just letting them hang themselves. I mean, it was masterful by F. Lee Bailey. That to me won the case, not the bloody glove. Because I could always say, I've always said in terms of the bloody glove, um, you can still kill someone if the gloves don't exactly fit perfectly. Um, but with Furman, who was the main, source of finding the bloody glove, uh, and a lot of the blood evidence, once his credibility was shot, it was over, Johnny. Earl has better interconnect. Earl has better internet connection than Gino Bisconti. See, that's the crazy thing. Is here we are with Friday nights. It's 10 o'clock. I can tell my Wi-Fi is good because my screen that I'm looking at is clear. Sometimes it's a little snowy, and then I'm like, oh man, the internet could pop out any second now. And probably a lot of people, what? This is a very condensed neighborhood. I mean, the neighbors are right on top of us. That building, I can touch the wall if I wanted to, and then the building to our left, I can't touch the wall, but it's pretty close. When everyone's on the internet, just I mean, you guys know the deal. But I've got some good possibilities coming up, maybe that might make me a homeowner, not a condo owner, but a homeowner if these things happen. Um, well, I mean, that's so powerful. I mean, F. Lee Bailey saying the N word, driving it home, not once, not twice, but like 3 to 4 to 5 times. And just, I mean, I don't know why Furman lied. He could have gotten out of it maybe by saying, yeah, I did an interview once. And I used that word only in the vein of the movie we were pitching. Um, we probably will be going live Sunday night. I'm trying to. I mean, Sunday night seems to be my flagship stream. Hit the like button if you haven't, please. Um, but and then the week, uh, I'm trying to do Mondays. Do pretty good. Um, I thought about maybe doing a Big Brother Earlverse, where we talk about the show, but the people on it this year are so uninteresting. No.